afternoon everyone, welcome to day one of the 7 days of spring with Cara Brandon Creations and Dearjuliejulie. I'm a wee bit behind with mine. It should have been done for sort of like 12 o'clock last night, so I'm a few, not that many, a little bit behind. But these are the 2 pages that we're using today. Now these kits are still available. Cara has her half in her shop and Julie has her half in her shop, and I will link them both below so that you can find them. Cara today has these gorgeous little butterflies and stamps and ephemera and lovely tag and a journaling card, and the most funniest thing was Violet. Now when I got this, I printed it off straight away, cut it all out. I printed it in 2 different sizes and I cut a lot of fussy cut flowers out. And I just adore sweet violets. So obviously I cut a load of them out, and there's other ones as well, different flowers. And on Tuesday morning, my daughter-in-law had her little girl, and they've called her Violet Louise. So I was over the moon, and I thought, oh my goodness, you know, we've got Violet in here, and I'm using violets. Violet was my nanny on my dad's side. It's my dad's mum. I've already explained before what happened to her. She was carrying a paraffin heater upstairs to my granddad, who was ill in bed and unfortunately fell. And my dad was a toddler and his brother Terry was just a baby. And then obviously the other kids were a bit older. And, you know, obviously it's something that stays with you, isn't it? You know, the name Violet, I just absolutely loved it. And I just couldn't believe it when they said they were going to use the name Violet. Because I started using the names in the family. My mum is a Vicky, so my daughter was called Vicky. And my Robert, he is Robert Anthony. My dad is Roy Robert, so I took the Robert from there, and Anthony from his other granddad, Tony. And then Ashley, that's quite a funny story. My friend turned round to me and she said, I'd like to call if I have a son, Ashley, because he would have been conceived on Ashley Road, which of course made us all howl. As it happens, she had a girl. But we were all laughing our heads off. But the thing is, I've always loved the name Ashley because of Gone with the Wind. You know, obviously Rhett Butler's the hero of that. But it just stuck with me. And his dad wanted the name James. Well, his mum was not impressed when I went Ashley James. She wanted James Ashley. But a couple of weeks after he was born, she saw a shop in Manchester Arndale, and it was Ashley James. So she was tickled pink now. So that's where all the names come from. So obviously this is really dear to my heart. So I'm going to make this up, and this is going to go to our Becca. She won't know, she doesn't watch the videos. So that's Cara's bit. And then our Julie, look at that butterfly. I mean, that is a green, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. You've got that gorgeous emeraldy green in there, with a little bit of like a mossy green coming in there as well. And we've got our journaling cards and a playing card and this wonderful envelope here. Now, all I've done so far is cut everything out. I've backed a couple of pieces and machined a couple of pieces. That's it. And I haven't a clue where I'm going, so we're winging it today. We're having a wing it. I like doing a wing it. You never know what you're going to land up with. Now what I will be using today are these little taggies. Where's the page? Oh, that's got lost under it. Denise Settles, she is Paper Craft D, okay, and she does these as well. She does all the collabs, which is really lovely. She's a lovely lass. And she just brought out these gorgeous labels. Aren't they fab? Now, she has them in black and in pink. And you can do a full page or a half page. How did I get grey? I went to print the pink and forgot I'd left it on grayscale. So if you go to print the pink one, put it on grayscale, you'll end up with grey. So you don't only get the grey, sorry, the black and the pink, you get the grey as well. And the pink, that's just a half page. There's the black. And it's a fab black, isn't it? A really good black. And then you've got that lovely pink What I like about these is I can now put words in here, and I think that's great. Or you can stamp a date. That's why I love these so much, and I will link these down below. I've had the scan and cut. I'm going to go at these this morning. I've used, like, this is marble paper. We've got a lovely little shop, which is unfortunately closed now, and it was a very, very vintage printer shop. And, oh, about 2 years ago, they were trying to find somewhere to actually put the printing machine, the old printing machine they had, which obviously filled the size of a room. And I got the marble paper from there. This is actually parchment, the sort of parchment paper that somebody would use for maybe putting a certificate on. That sort of thing. And I've got a bit of card here and different things. So I've printed some of them out, and then I've also written, you know, up on Word, some words, and I've done them in 2 sizes. I've used this lovely font, which is Harrington, and I've done them in size 18 and size 12. And I've even put Violet Louise's name in there. So I'm going to use them in this as well today. So let's get started and have some fun. So I think the first thing I'll do is bring these tags in, because obviously I've printed these in 2 different sizes. And these were the last things I printed before we all had our printer problems. I printed all this lot off the night before, fussy cut everything out, and then suddenly, you know, the next morning we're all in the, okay, how come we've got belly bands being printed, not kits? And Microsoft still saying, go to your printer, you know, ask them what's going on. Yeah, we all know it's Microsoft. So that is going to go on there. That's a little bit crooked on the bottom there, isn't it? That's what happens when you're cutting out in the dark or in the semi-light. Right, now I've been waiting to film this because the doggies have been going a bit nuts downstairs. They've been really, really noisy. Now, where's that violet? Here it is. Now, actually, that's the bigger one. I've got a smaller one somewhere, haven't I? Here it is. No, that's the big one. That's the small one. Right, that's the one that's going to go on there. Right, so I think I'll link around that first. You can hear them, they're still having a wobbly. I don't know whether it's because today is the first sort of day, it's the first day of spring. We've actually got a really nice day outside. We've got lovely sun and it's really quite warm. So I don't know whether it's that upsetting them. We have had a couple of people knock on the door, but they don't seem to want to settle today. Now I'll bring these back in because I thought maybe we could use these. Not sure which way round now. Oh, that's too top heavy. The other way round. That'll be alright, wouldn't it? I've got some stamps in as well. There they are. Bring in Cara's stamps. Maybe I could sort of stick them on the corner. No, I was going to use one of these labels. Where are they? But I think I might leave the labels off of this because I think it balances different, doesn't it? I think I'll leave the labels off on that one. Yeah, and just do that. Where's the violet ink? I've got the lilac in here somewhere, isn't it? Just pop that round there. Now, the Wishing Well event has started in Friendly Junk Journal, people. What you do is you say you will grant somebody's wish. Say they've asked for tea dye papers. It's nothing that you have to go and buy. It's something that you've got indoors and you can send to somebody. It's nothing big. Once you've done that, you then ask for what you want. I wanted doilies last time and I got some fabulous heart doilies and they were really, really big. They were incredible. And the strange thing was, is I'd seen one of the girls on the last collab using some very similar and I just really wanted some. I knew I'd never get them here. So if you want to join in the Wishing Well, it started yesterday and it's on today and it's on tomorrow. Okay, so you need to go over to Friendly Junk Journal people, and if you're not already in the group, go and join the group. And then if you go into events, it will take you straight into the wishing well. I will actually link the wishing well below. It might be a bit easier doing it that way. We've had a few in there already. I had quite a nice one. The lass is in Finland and she asked for something to inspire her to get back to junk journal making, and I thought, oh, isn't that a lovely thing to do, you know? So I've got lots and lots of ideas running around my head. So I'm going to see what I can pull out. It's turned up alright, isn't it? This has worked out easier than I thought it would. You never know, do you, when you do a wing it, what you're going to land up with. Yeah, and I do like these little stamps. I think they're really cute. Oops, upside down. Don't want to give the Queen a headache, do we? There. Oh, I like that. It's quite simple, isn't it? And simplistic and really, really pretty. I don't know whether I actually want to put any little labels on this or whether I want to leave it. I don't think I've actually did. No, I'm going to leave that one for now. And am I going to put some ephemera underneath there? Because usually I like to stick some ephemera underneath here. Some of these bits will be from the Spring Up and Bloom collection of Cara's. They're bits that I've already cut out and got in there. Yeah, so I think I'm going to pop them underneath there. That looks okay, doesn't it? Now I've just heard a knock, so there's at it again. Let's just work out exactly where I need that to go. Oh, we're doing good today. Eyeballing things right. I've had so much fun the last couple of days. I've managed to use all my little bits of scraps and packaging and all sorts. I'm really tickled pink with that because it was definitely crawling up the whole way. So let's glue you on top of there. Now, at last count, I think there's about 10 elves and Julie and Cara are doing this. And Julie will still be doing her lives that she does. And they're fab lives. And the girls are so lovely over there. Marcy and that, you know, they're and Bonnie. You'll know the girls when you get in there. And they love, you know, they're so friendly, and, you know, the admin on there. They really are. And they make you feel so, so welcome. There. That's it. And I think what I might do later is put a little hole in there. I cannot do that now because I use my big bite to hold and balance my tripod, because obviously the iPad is really heavy. So I stick that on the bottom. I'm going to have to get a weight so that I can pop it on there, and then I can start using that again when I'm crafting. So yeah, I like that. Let's have a look at what else we've got. Right, we've got these envelopes that I've cut out. Let's have a look here. Now I've actually got, there we go. I got my February stencils from Linda Israel. They came yesterday and I've not even opened them yet, but I noticed there was florals on the back here. Let's see what we've got in here. I've not even looked at them. That's really good, isn't it? It says a lot. Shows you how busy I've been. Now, I absolutely love this one because obviously I'm wanting to do an Islamic journal through Ramadan, and that I think will just work perfectly. It's absolutely gorgeous. Oh wow, look at the size of that. How pretty is that for spring? That will really make some gorgeous stenciled and mop-up pages, won't it? Really love that one. And then this one, let's just get another blank piece of paper so you can see that one. Now this one, you've got two halves. So think about it, if you do a journaling page, you're going to have a different one on either side, which I think is really, really lovely. Obviously, if you're in America, they fit perfectly the letter size. Obviously, over here we're on the A4, so it doesn't quite fit right. It's, you know, slightly out, but it works incredibly well. Absolutely beautiful. I love doing these stencils. So I was thinking of doing this on these envelopes. So I think what we're going to do is just undo these envelopes and do some stenciling inside the envelopes. I think that would be really nice. So I'll pop that down like that. Oh, where am I going to have to go? Yeah, go like that, and then use this. I want it quite subtle. I don't want it really loud and in your face, because it's like on the inside. That's pretty, isn't it? And then if I take this one and put it that way, I've got a green here somewhere. Yeah, and that's right. This one's crushed olive, and the one I've just been using is shaded lilac. And I can just put little bits of green in here, not too much, just a little bit. And this will go so well with that gorgeous green that Julie's put on this envelope. And doing it this way, just rubbing it over, it gives you the most amazing texture as well. You know, it's almost like you've been using paste. There, see? I don't look right much like that. So it's got a really lovely pattern on the inside. Isn't that fab? When you open that up, you've got that gorgeous pattern there. And then I'll do the other one. Where is it? Underneath here. And it takes minutes to do this one. Here we go. What were we doing? That way round. There. Well, this purple seems to be carrying the green through. It doesn't seem to be wanting to do the purple. So let's turn it over this side. And get the purple through. There. Should have cleaned the stencil first, obviously. What you do and you don't do. Well, that's turned out a completely different colour. I'm now going to have to clean my pad, but never mind. But that still looks really, really pretty. So we've got two insides done. So I can glue them up. Let's glue them together. Make sure I've got the top at the top and the bottom at the bottom, as you do. So that's that little one. And then this one. I love all this that Julie finds, these gorgeous vintage things. Look at me. Doing it back to front now, aren't I? Oh dear. I took some tramadol for my back. I'm really getting backache today, so I'll be a bit dopey today, a bit off it, not quite on the game today. So where's that green again, the crushed olive? Just flick round there, on that one. Like that. Now, what can we put on here? I think label my cats are a fab colour now. I'm going to put that on a plastic bag, that's it, so I don't land up with yucky on everything. Right, so where's those labels? I think these would be fab on here. Look at that on there with wording it. And I can even put it a bit slant, but I think that way round. But that's pink. I don't really want to do pink black. That one with black, or we've got a green, so I've got a greeny blue with the pink there. I think that would work, wouldn't it, as well? They'd both work. Yeah, let's see what wording we can get. Let's have a look underneath here. So let's put some, let's see, I've got daffodil and snowdrop. They would be nice, wouldn't they? Daffodil and crocus, maybe that's the ones that are nearest. Just cut you up a tiny bit. So I've got crocus there, and I can get daffodil there. Oops, over the back there. Now, what colour should I put on there? Green. Here it is. I need a bath after this. I think I'm using today. It's all up my nails and everything. There we go. Oops, yucky. So Wee Harmony is absolutely thriving. She didn't like the hospital at all. Couldn't settle after operation on Monday, which was an hour long, for her ankles. You know, she's got clubfoot on both sides. But as soon as she got home, right as rain. She was happy as old anything, you know, in her own chair, in her own bed. And she's 9 weeks now. And she was so happy once she got home, bless her. But it must be, you know, you don't want to be in a strange place where people keep prodding you, do you? It's bad enough for us when we go into hospital and have somebody prodding at you. Oops, sorry, I'll put that up there. And this one here. I'm just wondering if I can fit a butterfly on as well. Because I've got some butterflies, haven't I? Let's have a look. They might be too big, but we'll have a look. Let's get the butters out. Where are they? They all seem to be hiding here somewhere. Here they are. That's it. Get the butterflies out. Right, so I'm just... I love that green, but I think it's going to blend in, isn't it, too much? I do like this one. I think it might actually blend in too much, mightn't it? Let me just ink around the edge first. Oops, that's brown. See if I can make it more discernible. There. Now that shows up better, doesn't it? Before it sort of seemed to disappear into nowhere. Yeah, that'll work better. Let's just change them over because they're different sizes. Move them ones and get, that'll do, just to curl the wee wingies. And just bend that up a bit. Now we'd love it if you joined along with us doing these 12 days, these 7 days, not 12 days. Going back to Christmas here. Because we do have so much fun making stuff, and there's some fab ideas. It always never ceases to amaze me how different everybody does their days and everything. You know, each day there'll be somebody and they'll do something and you'll think, I would never have thought of that. You know, and you never get, and the thing is, there's never two people who do the same thing. It's unbelievable. And it's really great crafting on the hop, so to speak. You know, doing something each day and just really not doing the normal. Because think about it, when you get a kit, what do you normally do? You either cut out the envelopes or you make envelopes. You cut out tags and you make tags. You know, so you've got the same sort of things going on each time you do something. They look great, don't they? you know what would be alright on that? A bit of Winker Stella. Is that? Let's grab my Winker Stella. So to have something different like this really does challenge you. Some Winker Stella on there because I think that will really, really bring that out now. You won't be able to see it much until I show you in a different light, and I'm also going to cover the butterfly in it, I think. Give him a big glitter butterfly. Spring, first day of spring. So he's thinking, yay, first day of spring, let's get my glad rags on and go out and have some fun. Well, I hope you're having a lovely day today at the weekend on a Saturday. We actually, up in Scotland, you can have 4 adults now meeting outside, social distancing. So I should imagine there'll be lots of mums out with their kiddies today. On that as well. There, so that's the envelopes done. So we've got the tag and we've got the envelopes. So let's pop them on there to dry. Now, what else have we got here? Oh, we've got these lovely little journaling cards. So let's just snip the cotton off. That one. And that one. Right, let's have a look. We've got journaling cards here and here. Right, let's have a think. So what we could do with this, if we stuck it on here like this, we could actually use this as a side pocket, couldn't we? That's a little bit wonky. Wonky donkey. Or cattywampus, that's the word, isn't it? Cattywampus, I love that word. I've actually got some book pages from a book called Cattywampus. I was gobsmacked. It was unbelievable. You don't expect, you know, when you've heard that word over and over again, I mean, it's more in America than it is here, Cattywampus, isn't it? And I was just gobsmacked that I actually got these book pages from a book called Cattywampus. And I thought, oh gosh, how amazing is that? I will have to get them out and I'll show you who Cattywampus is. I think that would be fun, wouldn't it? Find Cattywampus. Let's make sure I glue it on the right side. How many times have we sewn a journal in, you know, the signature and it's upside down? Or you open it and you've got most of the pages up the right way, but there'll be 1 or 2 that are in the wrong way. That's always funny when you print the back side of your pages and then, you know, you suddenly find you've printed them all upside down. But at least those type of pages you can make an envelope with, because obviously it doesn't really matter what way round the pages are then, do they? Yeah, that would make a really, really nice ephemera holder just there. Look at that. Yeah, I like that. Greeny, so I'm going to use this blue one. Get the blue out today because it will go with the gorgeous forget-me-nots, won't it? Yeah, that's pretty. It's surprising how many pieces of ephemera you can actually get from doing this, you know, and you think we're only on day one here and we've got 7 days. So, you know, and the kits are absolutely jam-packed full. They really are. You know, the girls have really filled each page to the gunnels. They really have. Yeah, that'll work out. That doesn't seem to be gluing down properly. Maybe it is wet, so maybe I've pulled it up when I've been messing about. There, so let's just leave those 2 for a minute. What could we put on there? We could put a butter on that one, couldn't we? What about the pale butterfly? Yeah, the pale one would look better, didn't it? just, yeah, the pale one looks a bit better. I hope those dogs are not too loud. I really think it's the heat. I think it's just getting to them today. I'll have to tell her to leave the window open for them because I think they're just a bit overheated today. Yeah, and then we want a little spring flowers there, haven't I? I could put that in. So I've got spring flowers here that I can pop on. And spring flowers on there. What should we pop on there? That's daffodil, is that? Oh yeah, look, I've got daffodil. Do I want it big or small? I think we want that one's too big. Let's find smaller daffodil. Actually, it's more like a narcissus, isn't it? Let's try a narcissus on there. All them naughty barky doggies. So I've got narcissus that we can pop down there, so that needs to be green around that one. There's narcissus. There's crocuses under there and everything. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Here, look, I've got spring 2021 here. I think that would be lovely on that. Like that. Yeah. Whoops. Gone for a walk. There. I'd love to know what you're going to do over Easter. Obviously, so many countries, you know, in Europe, they're locking the countries down again for the 4th time. Angela was telling me that in Germany, they're locking down for the 4th time. And I think Italy and Spain, you know, they're all being locked down. So they're not going to have a very nice Easter at all, are they? And at least here, you know, with the opportunity to go out, you know, the kids can go out and roll their eggs and what have you, can't they? They can get out and about a bit. And I know that many people have been booking tables in beer gardens. I'm not sure. I could do something really tight. Ah, here we go. What about something like that? Up in the corner. I've got some tiny little bits, you know, that I do fussy cut, and I do get some tiny little tootsie bits, you know, when you're doing it. Let's see, that's a bit too big, isn't it? Actually, I like that one. It actually colour matches really well, doesn't it? That's it, drop it and it'll fall. There we go. I'll pop him up on there. Right, that's them done. When that glues properly, they can go inside there. Oh, I've not stuck that on, have I? It's a bit daft. I'm going to put some of that Winkestella on there again. I might, oops, on this one, just to pick the flowers up a little bit because they're quite deep. You know, they're very Victorian, aren't they? They go for quite sombre colours. I still don't get the bit about, you know, taking photos of the dead. That bit is still, you know, well beyond me. So pick it up a bit, couldn't it? If I put something just down the side, just a little tiny bit. It's going in the wrong direction. What about this? How about that? A pansy. That fit? Yeah, that would fit just down there, wouldn't it? Just lift it just a tiny, tiny little bit. Oops. The glue is getting sticky. Let's just yuck. Where exactly? I put it right there. Yeah, brought it down a bit, didn't I, to try and blend in. That's it. Just to lift that up a bit. Yeah, so that's another one done. We're doing good here today. I've got to let that dry before they can go back in there. Now, what I've really got left are just these, I think. Yeah, I've used that one, Yeah, so really, we've just got these little tiny little cards here. Which I think, really, if I can find some flowers, we could just put a little flower on them, maybe. Here's a... That's a crocus, an orchid. So I've got bluebell there. And the bluebell would work really well on there, wouldn't it? Because it's going in the right direction. Let's see. Oops. Right, what have we got here? Obviously I can cut that one off. Too pink. What about this one? Oh, on that side. Yeah, I like that on that side. Let's just trim that off there and cut that off there, so I've got them out the way. So looks like I'm going to have to fussy cut some more of these. I think I've used my stash up. I was feeling so chuffed. I thought, oh gosh, I've done really well here. I've got all this fussy cut done, and then I'm using them all on one day. Just to add there. No, I'll come back over just that bit, I think. Yeah, that makes a little bit of a difference. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave them like that. Well, there we go, guys. I've actually had quite a good time, apart from the state of my hands. I think I might need bleach. So do go and have a look at these gorgeous kits in the girls' stores, and I will link all the girls who are doing today's, doing the 7 days. I keep saying 12, don't I? The 7 days of junk journal. That was at Christmas, wasn't it? Can you remember? It was a junk journal Christmas makes, wasn't it? The 12 days of. No, this is 7 days of spring 2021. Now I've scored that down a bit, so that'll go in there like that. Here's my little ephemera holder and my little tags. I think I might just get them all on here. And then these tiny little cards down here. Yeah, how's that for one day? Absolutely great. I've really loved doing this. So I'm so looking forward to tomorrow, day 2, which I'll be a little bit quicker on. Life. Do go and look at Denise's little tags, because what I love about them is that you can print them on anything, any colour, so they will match everything. And if you just go on Word and you choose a font, I mean, I really love this font, the Harrington one, because it looks like you would have had in your birthday cards going back to like the 60s. It really looks fab, it really does. And you can pop your own words then on your little tags, and you're away then, aren't you? I think, your little tickets. So do go and have a look at Denise's tickets, because I think they're absolutely lovely. I will link her store. That's put my teeth back in, Paper Craft D. She is doing this, so it would be lovely to give her some support. And I'll see you all tomorrow, guys. I hope that wasn't too boring. Love and blessings, everyone. Bye.